Hello everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday to you all. My people, breaking news. Nigeria's security police, DSS, arrest Sowore at Lagos Airport on arrival from US over end bad governance protest. Hey, my people, so a few days ago, we saw this memo flying up and down where they said that they're going to arrest Sowore immediately he arrives Nigeria. So Sowore said that he's going to come back very soon, but people want him not to come back because we know how Nigeria system works. So today, Sowore arrived at Lagos Airport, which DSS arrested him. But after 1 hour, my people, this is another breaking news. I don't know the kind of game these people are playing, you know. Sowore released after Lagos Airport detention by Nigeria authorities over end bad governance protests. My people, yeah, this one I don't know whether it's game they are playing, you know, or are they cruising, because I don't see the reason why they're going to arrest Sowore within 1 hour. They're now releasing. They even return his passport back to him. Like, is these people cruising? Like, are they trying to deceive us? Like, what is going on? Like, what is going on, my people? But I love Sowore courage, because people want him not to come back. But he still picked courage and come back to Nigeria, and look at what is happening. So people said the reason why DSS released him immediately is because of the amount of people waiting for him at the airport. But my people, before all this brouhaha, Sowore granted an interview where he explained that yes, DSS, like his name, is in the watch list, but despite that, he's going to come back to Nigeria. Let me allow you guys so that you can listen and hear what Sowore said before, you know, he came back to Nigeria.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program tonight.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate. But let me start from you. I'm sure you are welcoming the development that the court has granted the 10 of them bail to the tune of 10 million naira. And what's your reaction to that?
Well, I don't know how you welcome a development of that nature when you arraign innocent people to court over egregious charges of treason for offenses that did not commit. And you then grant them bail after 35 days in detention. And in a case in which you have no evidence or proof of crime, and the bail conditions are such that I'm sure they are back in prison now because they can't meet such conditions. It requires that they have a surety with a bond of 10 million naira and that the surety will deposit their international passport as well as having a landed property. This is ridiculous. And this is why in my own analysis today I said the Nigerian judicial system has become an accomplice in the process of perpetrating injustice against our people. There is no need for a judge to send somebody into prison under remand for an offense in which you have no proof of evidence that a crime was committed in the first place by such a person. And we must get serious and start prosecuting individually prosecutors, police officers and judges who connive to deprive citizens of their rights. These are just protesters, and they have not committed any offense known as treason or treasonable felony, or there was no attempt by them to commit such an offense. They're just exercising their fundamental rights guaranteed by international instruments to which the Nigerian state is a signatory. Under a civilian regime, there's nothing to welcome here. We should all be sad, very sad, that this is happening in the first place.
So what you're saying now is ab initio. Even arresting them is wrong because they just came out to exercise their rights.
It was a crime to have arrested them for exercising their rights. The man who is president of Nigeria today, in 1994, was accused of bombing a place in Ejibo, a petroleum depot in Ejibo, Lagos, by the military regime. That is Bola Tinubu. It was a crime that was framed, it was framed up in it. He ran away from the country, was never arrested or prosecuted from it. He was in exile, and he spent his time in exile, came back, he was welcomed as a hero as a pro-democracy hero, is now is Nigeria's president today. Imagine such a person. Imagine such a person under his regime, charging protesters, people who are carrying. They even wrote it in the charge sheet that these individuals were trying to overthrow the government by carrying placards. It's in the charge sheet. It's not believable that we are even discussing this as a welcome development. It is a terrible, terrible development that should not be welcomed in any society, not even in a banana republic.
All right, I'll come back to you. Let's have we have a lawyer here in the studio. Barrister Otakupu, you see, you were in the court today, yes, and in company of the NBA, or you went as an NBA lawyer, yes, in court. And he has mentioned something that actually is called for question. He said it is a crime from the beginning to have even remanded the protesters. What is the crime in that?
Anyway, I believe that the issue that is before the court, every charge sheet filed before the court must be looked into. No matter how frivolous it is, it must be looked into. Because denial to look into it, you also alleged breach of fair hearing. But no matter how frivolous, no matter how watery, no matter how useless it is, some of them are useless, like he has alluded. The court will always exercise their jurisdiction founded under Section 6, subsection 6B of the Constitution, which is determination of dispute between individual and other, and as the case may be, including criminal jurisdiction, as the case may be. The court, Honorable Justice Emeka Nwite, in the grant of bail application made by the 10 defendants, ought granted the bail and ought to be commended. The judge ought to be commended. Because I was in court, I listened attentively to the ruling when it was delivered. Now, there are the contentious issues and responses with respect to whether bail can be granted in a capital offense or alleged capital offense, as the case may be. I want to interrogate the issue from locus classicus cases, which the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal have decided before. Because why these cases are decided is to bind and, or future cases. In the case of Pius Ozanekwe versus Commissioner of Police, in this case, you remember the famous Onitsha main market when it was burnt, yeah, in 1994. Then, after the incident, certain persons, 9 of them were arrested, including Pius Ozanekwe, Chinemelo, COP, many of them. Now, Pius was arrested with 9 of them and charged on the second day of December 1994, was charged before the Chief Magistrate Court in Onitsha. The Chief Magistrate Court, not having jurisdiction, because they were charged for conspiracy and murder, not having jurisdiction to try murder offense, which has to do with the death by hanging or capital punishment, reminded the accused persons in prison custody, pending when an information is preferred by the Attorney General or appropriate department before the High Court that has jurisdiction to try for capital offenses. The fellow, Pius Ozanekwe, made application for bail before the High Court in Onitsha. The application was taken by the trial court, and the trial court refused the application to say, oh, this offense bordered on a capital offense, we cannot grant you bail, as the case may be. Then they further made application to the High Court, to the Court of Appeal. And the Court of Appeal, my Lord Achike JCA, as his then was, made a far-reaching judicial pronouncement in allowing the appeal and granting bail to the persons, the appellants, and the other 8 defendants in a capital offense of murder, like in what we have today. I said that the right to bail in pretrial proceedings must be preserved. Right to bail in pretrial proceedings must be preserved, so that the presumption of innocence, which is granted under Section 36, subsection 5 of the Constitution, if it's achieved in the final rung of the proceedings of the court, will not be in vain. Because if you achieve, say the man is presumed innocent, he should be allowed, he should be granted bail as the case may be. Then, that bail is granted at the discretion of the court, but such discretion must be exercised judiciously and judicially. Now, the prosecution opposed application for bail. In that case, I'm citing, which is what also happened.
Is it a similar case?
A similar case.
It's a similar case.
Look at what the court said, which I know,
Today.
which I believe. No, that in that case, which I get, the court adopted such move in what the court did today, because they are similar capital offenses. The court said that the procedure where the prosecution just come to court and oppose bail application is no more akin to our judicial system and interest of justice. That where a prosecution for the purposes of arrest, just arrest said people and charge them for murder, the word murder, without tying it to ingredients of offense and proof of evidence and particulars of offense, there must be concrete, compelling, credible, and concrete evidence tying the accused person to the offense which has been alleged to have been committed. When there is no proof of evidence, when there is no substantial fact, there is a prima facie case against the accused person before the court, that the court is inclined to grant the accused person bail, even in capital offenses. That accused person is presumed innocent. And that presumption must be enjoyed in capital offenses where there is no prima facie case before the court.
Okay,
then
so that's what they did for them.
That is what I believe that my lord adopted today to grant them bail, because the court said.
But let's look at the bail.
Sorry.
Okay, no, go ahead.
The court said today that having looked at the circumstances of the case, not minding that this matter borders on capital offenses, but I'm inclined to grant bail to the accused persons pending trial.
Okay.
Pending trial. The grant of bail is at the discretion of the court. Now, when you look at section 161 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, which is the section upon which the defense counsels predicated the application for bail, it says that where a person has been arrested, detained, and charged for offense punishable by death, bail shall only be granted upon a special circumstances. Then A said ill health. 2 said when there is a delay by the prosecution. C said that bail can also be granted by the court on special circumstances to the discretion of the court. That the court can determine other special circumstances to constitute what constitutes other special circumstances.
What they took to the decision today is a discretion of the court.
Of the court. Yes. And the court have taken into consideration what constitutes special circumstances.
But let's take a look at the bail condition, because he has said it.
Okay.
The people arrested are young men who came out to say, oh, we can't continue like this because the condition we are living in is no more favorable for us. Now you are giving them 10 million naira bail charge and then a surety to same tune. That's about 20 million, isn't it? How do they intend to meet up with this bail? He has said it's a condition that they can't meet up with. So that means they may still remain in that.
No, they will not remain in detention ad infinitum. The case I have cited, Paris versus COP, is a locus classicus case and has some characteristics with what we have at hand. The court said that you cannot detain, even in capital offense, an accused person in perpetuity. That even when you give condition for bail or post bail application with the view to have the person punished in detention, you have achieved your purpose of for which you have accused the person. So in this context, the bail condition given today by the trial judge can be reviewed. Let the accused person celebrate they have been given bail. Let the court be applauded for granting bail in a serious capital offense, whether wrongly or rightly. Remember, the judge was not the person who preferred these charges, who brought this person to court. It is the federal government. So, but the judge has to discharge his or her duties before the public and before the law. So, the conditions given for attached to the bail granted today can be reviewed. If in the final analysis today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, they could not meet or satisfy the requirement as bail condition, there is a procedure listed by the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, which I believe their counsel should know to follow. 1, you apply to the court through a motion for a review of terms and conditions of bail. My lord, these conditions of bail are stringent, are very harsh, are very, very serious that our client could not meet. My lord, for the interest of justice, having granted bail in the first place, can this be reduced?
Okay.
No court that have granted bail in capital offense will refuse application to vary
review
their order.
All right.
Let's to meet the interest of justice.
Okay, let's go back to Omoyele Sowore. He's still there. Thank you so much for still remaining with us. I'm sure you have listened to the lawyer that the bail condition, though, may be tough, but there's a possibility that it can't be reviewed. And if there's a possibility it can be reviewed, that means the counsel for these people in detention will have to go ask for a review of the bail. But let's take a look at what has been going on in Nigeria. We have seen cases where court grants bail and the bail condition was met. At the end of the day, they didn't release them. We have also seen cases where the court will say, okay, we have tried to meet up with the bail condition and all that. Getting to that place to release the person who was arrested, the person was rearrested with new charges. Are you seeing things? Are you seeing the future that something like this may play out?
You know, let me explain to you. The lawyer who is speaking, there is speaking law. He's not speaking justice. And my concern is justice. You know, you can bring what they call hubris in law to justify anything and say you should praise a judge. I have been a victim of this type of rubbish charge before. 2019, I was arraigned before a federal high court and accused of treason after they had detained me for 45 days on false charges that I was engaging in terrorism and I went to pick $100 million from Dubai. When we got to court, they discovered I've never been to Dubai before. After spending 4 months in detention, I was granted bail on conditions that the judge knew I cannot fulfill. We went and varied the bail. I made the condition after a month. I came back for trial. I was abducted before a judge in Nigeria, inside the courtroom. So what I'm saying is that Nigeria must get to a point where you start punishing people for engaging in this misuse of legalities. There's no point praising a judge who is sitting down knowing that there is no evidence of a capital offense and continue to prosecute somebody for a capital offense. These are some of the poorest young people, unemployed young people. The guy I was arraigned with was a secondary school student. He's now in London, about to complete his law degree after we got him out of Nigeria. The reason they are doing this is because we permit it. We have permitted this nonsense for too long. And what happened to me, you are all aware.
Yeah.
But I want to bring you to a civilized society like the US. Today, this is September 11, 2024. September 11, 2001, you heard about what happened in the US. There was a terrorist attack. And because of that, US officials went haywire. They engaged in torture. There was an attorney general that prepared a torture memo. His name is Gonzalez. I think it's also Balto Gonzalez. He was happy at that time. But when law caught up with him, he was punished for it. Today, he's still indebted to several debtors because he had to defend himself after he was fired as the Attorney General of the USA for preparing a memo as the Attorney General that authorizes torture. There are a lot of people who went to torture people in Iraq, in Guantanamo Bay, officials, legal officers who have been punished. The people who helped Donald Trump to claim that he won the election in 2020 or so are undergoing debarment. So sometimes some of you lawyers too who come and defend these things, maybe we should start applying that you guys should be debarred. You should not be practicing law. Why would anybody come and say that we should praise the judge for sentencing somebody to prison in an offense that did not exist ab initio? And he said it, this lawyer said it here, as I'm talking to you, that the reason the judge granted bail is that he has looked at the charges and discovered the proof of evidence is probably not there.
But there's a burden of proof. There's a burden of proof.
There's
so,
no burden of proof.
Yes.
I'm the one of the people who was preparing for this case. I've been talking to, we've been in meetings. The lawyers were asking the prosecutors, can you give us proof? Till this moment, there's no proof. The only proof they have is that they were arrested at a press conference and that some of them participated in the protest where they carried placard. It is, ask your lawyer analyst to go and read the charges. He will be embarrassed with what he's saying, even on your show now. The charges are some of the most frivolous, most useless, most stupid charges, but it's not the only one. This is Nigeria for you. But I'm just calling on lawyers also to support the cause of justice wherever they find themselves, no matter how well it is good to start claiming Aja. Aja itself made it very clear that before a judge sit over a matter, they should read over the matter, look at the charges, and see if the charges are even, it even qualifies the judge to sit over the matter. The judge could have, the day of the trial, said, look, I've never seen this kind of a useless charge before. I am sorry. I'm not going to sit over this. I ask you guys to go home. But it's the same judge, this same judge, who is sitting on a number of my cases. That's Justice Wite. We argue all the time. It's the same judge who has sent some young people to 60 days of remand. 60 days. So these are not the only cases that's in front of him. So he must start to question why he continues to allow himself to be used in subverting the cause of justice for ordinary people.
We'll come back to you before we go. We have.
And I'm going to be appearing before him all this because I still have a pending case. But I tell him all the time that he should apply his knowledge and his expertise.
Are you intending to appear before him live? Because I
have cases pending before him.
Yes, but I hear that you are also on the watch list. They are looking for you. I hear that they are looking for you
too. Treason trial. It was the last judge to handle my treason trial, and I kept standing up in court and said, "Judge, you are wasting the court time. This is not a trial." It wasn't until the federal government came to withdraw the charges that he allowed me go after 5 years. So he's a well-known judge to me. I have a case in front of him over another frivolous case where one senator said that I libeled him, and he got the police to arrest me. We are still on the case for 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. Comrade, are you going to come live to attend that? Because we heard
why not?
That they are looking for you. That's what.
Why not? Nigeria is my country. I don't have any other country. I don't have any other citizenship. I'm not going to run away with criminals who hijack power in my country. Whatever they want to do to me, I'll be back. It is our country. If I don't survive it, another generation will survive. But I will not be part of the generation that keeps running away from criminals who have hijacked power in my country. Never. I'll be back, and I'll face whatever charges they put before me, and and deal with it. It's the consequences of being born in Nigeria. It's a crime to be born in that country. It's a crime, and we must face it so that our next generation will not go through this.
All right, Mr. Sowore, so I'll come back to you now, Barrister, because our time is already gone. He has said...
I have to respond.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because he has said that you shouldn't commend the judge for what he did today, because he knows that the case before him has no proof.
For purposes of emphasis and clarity, nobody is defending any judge. Nobody is appraising any judge. But what we have said from the case I cited earlier, I started with that case to say, bail is not granted in a capital offense, whether wrongly or rightly. This one may be wrongly accused, but the judge is not the prosecutor. The judge must discharge his or her duty. When a matter is before the court cannot, like he said, throw the matter out from his house or just come to court and look at it, oh, this matter is hereby thrown out. No, there are procedure. You will say accuse the judge of descending into the arena when that is done. The court has to listen to the other side. That's why God has given you 2 ears and make informed decision. Part of what the court have done today is a signal to grant bail in a capital offense to say there may not be proof of evidence before me, and I'm inclined to grant bail to these persons, which the court has done. So it is a matter of what is before the court, proof. And criminal proceedings are predicated on proof and proof of evidence. In absence of this, the matter will collapse and everything will collapse like pack of cards. They are presumed innocent, and which the court have also given credence to today. I'm not promoting any judge. Nobody paid me to go to court today. I only appeared there to monitor brief for the Nigerian Bar Association. I'm not paid. It is public interest education free of charge. So I didn't go there for any interest of public or government. I've spoken against government in so many places. But the law is clear. From the way you look at it and the way the law practice is done in open court is different. A judge is an impartial arbiter. He must listen to both parties. Like the operator JSC said, that I remember one of the English judges said, to underscore the importance of fair hearing, must hear from both sides, no matter how wrong or frivolous what they are saying. He said, I remember to have had it observed by a learned man upon such occasion, that even God did not pass death sentence upon Adam before he was called upon to make his defense. For God said, Adam, Adam, why have you eaten the forbidden fruit? God, as omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, knew what Adam did was wrong. He has seen Adam. But by calling Adam, 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 God was calling Adam for defense, to be heard. So that's why the court, the judge, as an impartial arbiter, must hear from both sides. Whether they are speaking rubbish, nonsense, before him, he has to listen and he make informed decision. Because justice is not one-way traffic. Justice to the accused, justice to the defendant, and justice to the society at large. I believe that it's a good cause today for the defendant before the court. Rightly charged, wrongly charged, I believe they have gone far to secure bail. If the bail, they couldn't meet the condition of bail, there are procedures to be followed for the court which have granted bail. The court cannot take, will refuse to purge a bit for them to be at home.
All right, gentlemen.
Then the aspect of the sister case, which the court had already granted order for 60 days or reminder, there's an application today before the court to set aside that order, detention order, and what have you. And
So
also
that means they'll be released soon.
Yeah, they'll be released. I have also, there are some persons who have been arrested who are not even charged before the court. And there are procedures to follow to bring them before the court. If in the final analysis, when the lawyer stood up today to say, my lord, they have not given up proof of evidence, it's not a different. The court said, time has not come for that. And I believe that is the correct position. Because at the point of arguing bail application, the court is not permitted to look into this, the total matter because trial has not commenced, as the case may be. He made an application that the court should order police to release the wristwatches, monies that was confiscated and taken from the suspect at the point of arrest. The court said the time has not gotten at the point on it. No, that their properties must, at the final analysis, be returned to them. But he can come formal, which is by motion. So I believe that what has happened today is a good cause.
It's a positive sign.
It's a positive step, I believe you. It's a message that the court has given. Because the court is also a human being. He belongs to the society. He lives in his house with children. And the federal justice will be done, I believe.
All right,
and the NBA is part and parcel monitoring the proceedings in the court, and at final analysis will also make a comment.
Thank you so much, Barrister Vincent Otakupu, for joining us. And thank you to former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore. We appreciate you all the time for always responding to our invitation. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, my people, I hope you guys had everything Sowore said here. It is very, very shameful and disheartening what Nigeria is turning into, because in Nigeria, to protest is a crime now. So people are saying the reason why DSS released Sowore within an hour is because Sowore is working for APC. Like, people are coming out to say many things about this event that just happened today, and some said no because they don't have any evidence against Sowore concerning the End Bad Governance protest. So my people, I don't know what you think, especially what Sowore said here concerning the protesters that they arrested. Please, I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't, turn the post notification bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Please don't forget to share the video as well. Thanks so much everyone for watching, and I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Shamra Senior Steve.